The President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's defeat in 2027 election, of course, that he will be defeated in 2027. Aregbesola attributes this to the ruling All-Progressive Congress (ABC) being unpopular and jittery. The evidence, of course, in their aggressive tactics against opposition party. Now, this is his point here. It says, first things first, Aregbesola believes that APC's harassment of opposition party and members indicates their insecurity and unpopularity. All right, some persons might say, okay, that's a little bit too little. But then he says, of course, that the ADC will take over leadership in Nigeria, and most states, of course, the ADC rather, will take over leadership in Nigeria and most states, he said, by God's grace. And of course, he also looked at the governors joining the APC as an enemies of the people, and suggests that it is a good radiance. It is a good radiance to bad rubbish, whatever that means from him. But then he's completely ruling out President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, winning the election come 2027. Rsuf Aregbesola on that one. Mufasa, I don't know what you got your reaction on this, so we can quickly see if we can accommodate more calls.
No, well, Rsuf Aregbesola is one of the leading opposition figures in the ADC. I will not expect anything less of what he has said. Ordinarily, I would have, be expecting the ADC by now to come up with their own strategy on how to oust the APC,
and they haven't.
Maybe they are working on something.
And what is the APC's strategy in ousting other political parties?
The APC, they don't need to oust anybody. They are already the party in power. So what they do is to
dominate.
Also, they are devising their own strategy to remain in power.
What's the strategy?
Of course, you heard what Rsuf said, that they are muscling key opposition element into their party.
Is that a strategy or intimidation?
We are in this country, I don't want to begin to say whether it's working for them or not. What I know is that democracy is about the people. It doesn't matter the number of governors that cross to your party. If the people decide to say that we are not getting our fair, our due and proper, regardless of the amount of governors you have in your party, the people can still, upturn your anticipation. So, for me, at the ADC, they have their own sides of strategy or whatever they intend to deploy at the end of the day. But one thing I will tell you for free is that Nigerians have not fared better. You don't need a mirror to look at what you have in your hands. Currently, people.
Nigeria hasn't felt better.
Yes, compared to the past. People currently are passing through a lot. I don't need to tell you this.
Okay.
When you go to the streets and feel the pulse of the people. Whatever indices, statistics, and they are ruling out, if it does not translate to a better and quality life of Nigerians, if it does not translate to the prices of stable products in the market, it is just barbadash. And the opposition parties could, take up some of these lapses and strengthen their own fold and give the ruling party a run for their money come 2027. What we are just saying is that the electoral process should be transparent, should be unbiased, so that everybody will be given a level playing field. At the end of the day, the better candidates, the most popular candidates, and the most popular party, gets the vote of the people. But Nigerians should be wiser, so that whoever that any of the parties is presenting is somebody that they would have seen that this person has the desire to accomplish and the capacity to deliver, of course with proven track records. We all know their antecedents. the party in power now, of course, we know how their performance level is. You don't need to tell me how good or how bad this government is. Every full-grown, sane, right thinking, not those who their minds have already been, beclouded with sentiments and bias. I'm talking about right thinking Nigerians.
But then, what has
who
the
understand
what
society is,
but
will tell you the state
of
currently of
Nigeria.
this country.
But like you said, what is the ADC showing or doing to ensure that the case is not what it is when they come into power, if eventually they get to power? But let's take this call and then I'll come to you on that question. Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning, my friend Christopher.
Quarter Magnus, welcome.
Hi, nice to your guest today. Morning. Very quickly, I want to say that we must move forward as a people in this country. Various institutions we have in this country must sit up to meet up responsibilities. The judiciary have dragged this country backward for so long. When it comes to election, when it comes to the civil matters and even criminal matters, the judiciary has been dragging this country backward, and this is happening as a result of politics that have been played almost at every time. People don't no longer realize their responsibility. The judiciary hold Nandi Kanu, and they have not given any useful judgment that can progress the matter. And here we are today, people that are protesting here and there, and it's sabotaging the government. I want to encourage the presidency, so as a matter of urgency, talk to the judiciary and see a way to resolve this matter once and for all. And then conclusively talking about the Aregbesola and the ADC. I'm going to say that you can be in YPP, and when election in this country, if the system is also working well, it's not about the party, it's about the candidate, the individual that is coming out to bring dividends of democracy to the people, not about the party. You can be in DPP and win election because people love you, people want you. It is people-oriented program, and that's what can deliver this country. And so if the ADC present a better candidate and the system is fine, then the ADC will win. If the APC present a better candidate and the system is fine, APC will win. So until we begin to put this thing into perspective, we'll begin to have a spread in this country. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much, Quarter Magnus. That was a great one. Let's take more calls now. 08135542321. 08135542321. Like the question I asked, you also asked the same question, but I want to really base on that. What exactly the ADC wants to do that would ensure that, of course, if eventually they emerge the seat of the presidency, they would do differently from what this particular administration is doing, or any other party who is even vying for the position of the presidency.
No, I can't come here and begin to speak for the ADC. I'm not a member of their party. I can only speak to what I've seen so far. I can only speak to the things they say. I mean, the ADC just started playing key opposition role just recently, even as much as the party has been in existence for long. But it's not until some key political bigwigs that came into the party from the PDP, so APC, and some other political parties that we started seeing the ADC coming to play opposition role. As for what they would do differently, it is now left for them to begin to tell and show to Nigerians.
Are they not supposed to be showing the sign of what they would do differently from now? Is there no way to do that?
First of all, I think the first thing they need to do is see how to organize themselves. We know the issue about political party and how they coordinate themselves. The ADC need to properly organize themselves and prove to Nigerians that they are indeed a party that would present something different. All of this infighting, all of this whether or not those who were in the party before have accepted the new entrants to the party and all of that. These are some of the issues they need to first of all solve so that they can come out as one formidable force. That is if they truly want to stand a chance. They truly want to stand a chance. in any of the general elections.
But
Not until that.
That doesn't hold any water to me, because it does look like the APC currently is one of the most organized party,
One thing,
or arguably anyway.
one thing is for you to see yourself as being organized. Another thing is your performance. Like I've always said, that the party in power today is the party that owes Nigerians that duty of responsibility. The APC should be ready to get a lot of criticism because they are the ones in power. The president is a member of the APC, and there's no way I will start looking at the ADC or the PDP, because it is the president that I'm expecting to deliver the dividends of democracy to Nigerians. I deserve the best and nothing less. So let us not, play that card of saying that, oh, what is the ADC bringing to the table? The question I'm asking is, what is the APC giving to us? What is on the table
at the moment?
And if we have nothing tangible on the table at the moment, then how do you convince me to support you again in the next general election? Like I've always said, that you do not need a second chance to create a good first impression.
And like the saying goes, the devil you know is better than the angel you do not know.
Well,
that's why I brought up the question of
that devil.
Somebody, that
devil is not something that I want to know. I'm not interested in knowing any devil. Of course, that's such thing does not apply to me. You understand me? It's for those who are interested in knowing devils. I'm not. Yes,
but you understand exactly what I mean.
Understand, but in this case, I do not think it applies, because if you are elected into office based on what you promised Nigerians, and you are failing in that promise, don't come and start telling me the devil.
What is different from what the other administration did?
That's
why I'm paying more attention to whoever wants to emerge.
What we have now should prove itself worthy of the support of Nigerians.
Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Christopher, good morning.
Welcome back, Christian.
And I'm also not in support of that adage, because no matter what it takes, or what it is, you can never compare a devil with an angel.
Oh, really?
Who is a devil?
Okay.
Well, having said that, I think what Aregbesola is saying is not out of place of people who are hungry for power. As far as I'm concerned, all of them that are constituted in the ADC have once had the opportunity of ruling this country, and we all know that's all can. If they have done absolutely well, Nigerians would not have suffered what we are suffering today. Like my friend will always say that Nigerians are wiser. I don't think we are wiser, because we are still following them without asking critical questions. Because these are the same people. They just take the face of the masquerade, and we jump again and follow them. What are the ideologies? Rather than to tell you they just want to chase APC out of office, just like the way APC said they want to chase PDP out of office. Today, counting 10 years, they've not been able to make any concrete progress. But lastly, Christopher, please, when I call this station, I call out of passion. Sometimes you allow me to make my points. Let me ask one question.
But I do.
All
right.
Like this case of Nnamdi Kanu that have made allegation of both parties playing France. Government has finished their own case, entered their case. They now got to the turn of Nnamdi lawyers to come and open a defense. They came out that he's not fit for trial. Who is not playing the trial?
All right. Going to that. Well, I don't understand. Well, anyways, let's just let that slide. Keep the calls coming. 08135542321. 08135542321. 09128630377. But what you were saying as regards the ADC, it does look like they have not put their house in order to really want to stand as a viable competition to the ADC competition.
You know when strange bedfellows come together.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'll come to you. What you mean by strange bed?
Yes, strange bedfellows. Of course, not all of them came from the same, political structure.
Hello. Good morning. Okay.
Yeah, good morning, please.
Yes. Good morning. Reverend, welcome, Reverend.
Chris, I don't know if I should react to what Chris said about.
No. React. No. Just contribute let's hear your contribution.
Yes, I know about the Nnamdi Kanu's trial and maybe what the court said. It's not only few people that have read what the court said. If the defense of Nnamdi Kanu I don't see the reason why Nnamdi Kanu's defense counsel should open a defense. They should not open a defense because remember that the court in Nigeria has acquitted him, has discharged him, even if they said not acquitted. But that means all the cases, all the allegations they brought about him, we are amending charges for how many years till now, and they have not been able to tie any single of those charges to him. What does a reasonable human being want the defense of Nnamdi Kanu to go and defend? In what case are they going to open their defense? They have submitted a no case submission. That means since you did not indict, or the allegations you did against my client did not indict him in any way, how will I open a defense in a case that I don't know what you're talking about? Let us get those things and forget about sentiments. Even if you're not a lawyer, go and check it that a court in Nigeria has discharged Martin Nnamdi Kanu. And the federal government go and check since the prosecution started how many times and how many accusations or this thing they brought against him, and how they keep amending charges till up to this moment. Go and check it and do not ask yourself why will the federal government not investigate and have a cast iron stone case against Martin Nnamdi Kanu, and we come
up till now.
Sentiment. So his legal counsel, they are right not to institute any defense. So that let the federal government that have opened the case and have not found any way to conclude their case, also find a way to defend it. Let them find a way to defend it and not blaming the counsel of Martin Nnamdi Kanu.
All right. Thank you so much for calling. Yeah, you were saying something as regards birds. So,
you
want to react to this?
No, there's no point. We've gone past that. I'm sure that everybody's entitled to their opinion,
right.
But I think they say facts are sacred. My own issue about the Nnamdi Kanu matter is if the Nigerian state, if you don't have anything at all, if you are unable to secure a conviction up to this moment, then the man has no reason to still be in detention. Otherwise, get a conviction. If you want to keep him in jail, let him go and serve his jail term. If he's innocent and you feel that he should be acquitted, then he should go back to his family. At the same time, if nobody has the latitude to commit crime, whether it's treason, whether it's felony, and all of that. But if you are, if you have perceived and convicted to have been, to have committed treason or felony, there are stipulated punishment for that. Not being kept for all this while without a proper conviction. So what do you make up for the number of times that they are spending detention?
If he was actually innocent?
So these are my issues, but I have nothing against anybody's sentiment.
Right.
That is why it is an open field for ventilation and expression of views, provided is within the bounds of civility.
All right.
But having said that, we're talking about the ADC and how they could oust the government if they have a plan. And I'm saying that they need to first of all put their house in order. And I said when you have strange bedfellows coming together, they need time to bond. And I say that with every sense of responsibility. Not all of them that came together came from one family or one political structure. The likes of Atiku and some other persons that came with him from the PDP, the likes of Amaechi, Rufai, Rauf, and they all came from different. And so they need time to bond. They need time to come up with an actionable plan. If they have a strategy, they need to start rolling out this strategy so that Nigerians can see them as as a different class of people. Of course, some of them have been in politics for quite some time, but contrary to what I think it was Christian that said, they've all had the opportunity to rule this country one time or the other, apart from Atiku Abubakar, who has served as vice president, and the vice president is not the president of this country, to be completely fair and honest. Then and some other people who have been governors and ministers and all that, none of them have been president. So let us look at some of these issues and see what they have to present to Nigerians. And we also need to see the sincerity of purpose and intention. whether we like it or not, we are not getting the best of leadership under this administration. And if you doubt me, just go to the streets. It is in the streets that you get the true feelings of Nigerians. Go to the street and see how the people are faring. And if we are not getting our due and proper, if you're unable to meet up with your side of what you promised Nigerians, or renewed hope agenda, and there's no hope that has been renewed. Instead, there's this groaning, there's this, everywhere is on, perpetual standstill. And you keep giving up. So you cannot promise upon promise upon promise, and nobody's getting anything.
When you see
so the only way that
yeah.
Nigerians can give you a second chance, I keep saying it, it is not your birthright. Is if you are found worthy of that opportunity again.
All right.
And the only way you can do that is through performance.
All right. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, Chris.
Chijioke, welcome.
Chijioke, Rsuf, it just improved fulfilled. Thank you.
Hello? I didn't even get what he said. Well,
Maybe call back.
I think he's had his point. It's already 8:55. Quickly, let's get a wrap up on first things first. We'll go back to the Nnamdi Kanu situation. You think the protest was the right call from Omoyele Sowore? And besides, the work Omoyele Sowore has been doing, isn't his, more like his agenda. This is completely his own, but he feels that it was necessary for him to take up this to his hand and ensure that Nigeria will march on the protest for Nnamdi Kanu. You think this is towards ensuring that he gets sentiment from the Igbo people or possibly from Nigerians to support his ambition?
Omoyele Sowore, I give it to him. He has always been in the eye of all of the storms, especially as it has to do with fighting for the rights of Nigerians. I mean, it's not about Nnamdi Kanu this time around. Like I said before, I am not a fan of Nnamdi Kanu. I don't believe in his ideology. I don't believe in his procedure in the fight for self-determination. I don't believe in his pattern. But at the same time, I do not support injustice. Because for me, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So the government should do what is right. The judicial arm of government should do what is right. It's Nnamdi Kanu today. Nnamdi Kanu is not even the only one that has been in detention longer than the number of times, assuming a conviction is secured. So add it up to the number of years he has spent in detention. So we should be circumspect in the way we do things in this country, so that we don't begin to encourage this kind of arrangement that we have today. Like I said, you don't spank a child and deprive that child of his right to cry. So Nigerians have the right to protest. You cannot go to court and stop people from protesting. I don't think that will work. Having said that, let me move over to the statement credited to Rsuf Aregbesola. I think he's the secretary of the ADC,
yes,
or something.
He's secretary of the ADC.
Of course.
National secretary.
Yes, of course. I do not expect anything short of what he has said, because so far so good. The ADC has evolved to become the leading opposition political party. The PDP used to, the PDP used to occupy that space, but so far so good. The PDP is more or less a pitiable shadow of itself.
And the ADC, what they did is just to gather strong.
That's why I said
that's basically what
that is why I said they should gather and organize themselves first. Because if you don't organize yourself and you are not coordinated as a political party, you cannot present a formidable force against an APC that is, scrambling for governors that they will bring into their fold. And like I've said, it doesn't matter the amount of governors that you bring into the APC. If the people decide to say this, we don't want this arrangement again, no matter the number of governors you have, you won't be able to get what you want, unless of course they want to maybe suppress and try to muscle the people. But I do not think, if we have a strong-willed people, no matter the device they bring, the divisive tendencies, no matter the strategy of suppression, it will not work.
All right.
So going forward, everybody should go about, their activities in a peaceful way. Those who want to protest should be peaceful. Those political parties that feel that, they want to come out and present a formidable force should equally do that within the bounds of civility. What we want is a working and peaceful Nigeria that will be proud to call our own, and our children will come and be happy to come and live in a country that will present before the world.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mufasa Emerson.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. And thank you for everyone who called in. And thank you for everyone who shared their view and contribution. Let's do this again tomorrow, same time, same station, 99.5 Wish FM Nigeria's Business Radio. Next up is the economy with Antonia Azarel. Stay with us, don't go anywhere.
It's your time now.
Huh?
It's the time.
The time is not correct.